because let me tell you, they went out of their way. This was not easy. And people were brainwashed. This is a green new scam. And people were paying too much for a car that didn't work as well. And now they're going to have a great car that's going to be environmentally friendly, but it's going to cost you a lot less, and it's going to work great. All of the nonsense is being taken out of the cars. So, Secretary Duffy, could you say a few words?
Thank you, Mr. President. So yesterday at the cabinet meeting, the president was talking about affordability, and the way that Democrats talk about affordability is a lie. Today is a perfect example of that. So these CAFE standards used what was contrary to the law. The Congress set a rule that says you have to look at combustion engines. Biden and Buttigieg actually did an analysis using Buttigieg used EVs and hybrids to come up with a 62 mile an hour per gallon standard, which I think the car companies will tell you is completely unattainable. So they spent a lot of money on technology trying to meet the unattainable standard, driving up the cost of a car, number one. And then number two, if they couldn't meet the unattainable standard, they had to trade for carbon, costing billions of dollars, again, driving up the price of the car. So, Mr. President, what Democrats were doing, we're not making cars more affordable. They're making them less affordable. The consequence of that is going to be that more Americans can afford to buy a new car, which means they're going to be safer on the roads because of all the great new technology.
What's going on? Yes. Looks like we're going to be a lot safer. President's got his people working on it, man. We're going to have safe cars. Everybody gets a new car. Everybody gets a house. How's everybody doing, man? My name's Gerald Peters, and listen, I believe that anybody, regardless of age, race, sex, or your current financial situation, anybody in America can become financially independent in the next 5 to 7 years. I do believe that. I do. What's going on, man? Yes, GP, let's go. Yeah, I've been having some, what's up, my man? TD. I've been having some tech issues here. I'm finally back on. So hopefully we'll be going. And let's look at some charts, a couple stories we could cover here. What's up, Major Mills? Hope you're doing well, my friend. We got Bitcoin. Let's see. We got Bitcoin trading. Looks like at 93,800. BTC USD. Let's pull that up over here. Let's make that let's make this chart a little bit bigger than me. Hopefully everybody can hear me just fine. I dripped at the nav so hard today. Okay. Oh, CLN, CRF. They hit that nav today. Boom. What'd they hit it at? Like $6.30 or something? And they're trading at 7 something. Anyway, we got Bitcoin trading right here. We have a stage 2 breakout. I like that. He says you've done more to help us. GP, you've done more to help us in the last week to help us get rich than the government has. I hope so, man. I hope so, man. Why did it do that? Slip down on me here. All right, so we got. Let me take those comments off. I think it looks like it's blocking it on the screen. I'm not sure. I'll check that out when I watch the replay. Richard says, hope all is well, man. Hope it's all well for you too. We got it at 93. One of the good things here, let's click annotate up there on your right-hand side. If you're not very familiar with stock charts, I do have a course called Getting Started with Stock Charts. And it's not just about stockcharts.com, even though I recommend that. It's using stock charts in general and the money flow pattern. Check this out. If you're watching this stage 4, okay, and you're seeing price come down, put me in there, coach, put me in there real small. There we go. Richard said he hopes everything is well, man. Appreciate you. I thought that was kind of funny. So this is the stage 4, right? We're going red candle, red candle, red candle, red bar, black bar, red bar, red bar. And we hit a bottom. And you say, how do you know? Because, well, it stops going down. And it stops right there. So we can pinpoint that. And that right there becomes, the bottom. And we use the term anchor, like throwing an anchor off on a boat if you want to catch it, right? And again, this is a daily chart, but remember, time is fractal. It's completely fractal. It's fractal in nature. And money is fractal in nature. Bitcoin itself is fractal in nature, meaning we don't have to buy a whole Bitcoin at 90-something thousand. We can just buy a Satoshi, right? Or we could buy one share. A fractal is a never-ending pattern. Fractals are infinitely complex patterns that are self-similar across different scales. They are created by repeating a simple process over and over and over again in an ongoing feedback loop. That's kind of cool. If somebody has it, could you drop it in Discord and let them know? At the MFG Army, we're here live. Let's see. Give me just a second. All right, so we got this right here. Right, that's our apex, or anchor, excuse me. So let's just type it in here. We'll mark up this chart. Things. If you're into chart porn, I have a public chart list we keep. These are at one point it was like 200 stocks, but man, got a big breakout going in the. Told myself I wouldn't play it, but I may have lied. Let me I might be able to pull it up on the computer too here. I've been experimenting day trading these perpetual contracts. Anyway, we've got our anchor point. Now, what I'm going to look for now is for price to stabilize, okay? And what I mean by that is it stops dropping. It's not going down anymore. It starts to go sideways, and that box there doesn't get filled. And what you're going to see, the True Strength Index, this was created by a guy named William Blue in the late 80s. That right there, you're going to get that bullish crossover. Now, all this is going to happen at the same time, okay? This is called confluence. And so as we lay indicators on top of each other, that's how we create the 6 basic parts to the concept of the money flows. That we believe that over time, asset prices go up, okay? And as they go up, they don't go in a straight line, they got this little, they run up and they come down, and it's just like this swing from overvalued to undervalued, overvalued to undervalued. And it just swings left and right. It's never the right price. Stocks are never the right fucking price. So they're always just a penny too much or a penny too little, but they're more, they're never the right price. Let's see. What's up, John? I'll be going over some second income stream charts inside of Substack. I'm going to try to do that today. Maybe after this live here, I'll jump over to the Substack while I'm already on a roll. Fucking things up. We'll just jump in then. All right. So as I wait for my bottom, I just candle by candle until I get a bottom. I know it's a bottom because the next candle is higher than this one. And you see that it was, and then it was, and then it was. And what I'm looking for is price to get above this little dotted line. That's the 5-period exponential moving average. And I say period because it can change. It's fractal. If your screen is a daily chart where each bar has an open price, a closed price, a high and a low, and that entire bar represents one day, you got a daily chart. That's where most action happens. Most people are looking at a daily chart, you know. But if you wanted to day trade, you got to take the time down. And we'll do that here in a minute. But we could start to enter the trade based on this being the anchor. And that's going to give us an entry. And that's going to give us an exit in the form of a stop loss. We're going to go to the chart to pick targets. And we're going to use indicators like RSI to help us as well. And what this does is creates this repeatable process of watching price swing from extreme low, extreme high, extreme low. You know, it's always where the stock market climbs a wall of worry, man. If there ain't no worry, it ain't going up. It's just the way it is. Bitcoin. Man, it is way underneath the 200 period moving average. Wow. Surprises me. Let's look at some other. Now, I saw this article here. Let me see. Huh. I hate the way they do their site here, man. Let me see if you can even see it. Looks like you can a little bit. They said in here the 12 best stocks of 2025 plus 3 that could run into trouble. Well, shit, 2025 is already over. Investors have a love-hate relationship with winning stocks. While everyone wants a winner, the bigger the game, the more All right, man. Hopefully we're back. Woo! They got me today, man. Come on, man. Let's go. Oh. It's kind of funny. I've been slacking on the going live and then start going live and damn internet's not working. So hopefully everybody can hear me. BTC blessing us. I would agree. Buying up BTC since that anchor drop. That's a good move right there. Back Sugar Lump says almost 2K in profit in Tesla. Nice, my friend. Nice. MFG, let's see. I don't think I put it on Instagram, did I? So we'll give it just a second here. All right, where is... I'm going to drop this bad boy down to a 1 minute chart. And take me down for just a second. Now, if we're looking at this chart, I'm going to do the same things, First thing I'm trying to do, obvious areas, And so if I'm just coming to a chart, let's say I'm just coming to this chart here. So we're picking up some ETH too. That's cool. We briefly talked about anchor points there. That's the bottom, right? And we talked about the little dot right here, the little red. That's 5 exponential. Now, exponential moving average is different than a simple moving average. A simple moving average is that. It's just simple. 5 days divides it by 5. But when you get in the world of exponential or weighted, things begin to change. That begins to deal with the idea that we're going to put more emphasis on newer information than we might necessarily on older information. That's what weighted moving averages do for us. Oh, look, we got us a runner. Boom, 93, 317. Now, when we came on, I want to say we were at 93. I don't know if that's true or not, but we weren't. Oh, fuck am I? Man, I don't know. Let's see. Switch a bit. You see the little breakout we just had here? Now that's a 1 minute. This chart, I'm going to treat the same as a 1 day, except it's coming at me faster. And if you ever want to practice trading, doesn't matter if you win or not. Get on that 1 minute Bitcoin and just paper trade, man. I do it all the time. Let's see. It's my favorite video game. Take me down a little bit. Let's look at some regular stocks here. All right. Now here's a CIS stock. GOF. This thing has really come down. I think we are about to have, man, this is killing me. You're killing me, man. You're killing me. All right, we had a doji there. Looks like we're going to have we had one there. We should be having one about here. Now that's a lot of damn dojis in one box right here. This thing is trading underneath the 200 day. The 200 day is $1.50 above it, give or take. All right. Pays a dividend. Trading below the 200. This is one of the stocks we follow inside of the second income stream with about a 17% dividend yield, pays monthly, and can be margin if you're in that game. Trading at $12.50. I picked up about 100 shares today. Now, that was for making money. Let's see. What else were we looking at? Hold on. Let's do it this way. Check performance for a second. Man. One month, we're up 44% in the triple silver. 1 month PTIRs come down 30%. Man, these are 2x now. WBD We're up 106% in 3 months. We were already down pretty big in that one. Fubu, Kiss, this is one of the model portfolios here. Dollar General, 3M, blah, 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 EQT. Look and see if there's anything big. VKTX, Viking Therapeutics, 32% this month. Xena, KSRP, these are all down. AMC, thought I saw AMC with a big breakout. Let's see. Let me scan number 4 here. Could have swore I saw. Let's see. Sugar Lumps, are you trying to say up 20% in CZR? I called out. And DraftKings moving up too. GP, your shitty stock's moving up too. Let's see. I'm just kidding. Look at old Zim's up 31%. A lot of people don't like Zim. I don't understand it. What we got? 15 on Delta. It's pretty nice. 10 on Apple. We got 5.7 on. Wow, I didn't even see that over there. BX, Oxy, International Paper. We got 17% there on Danette, and we're up 46% for the 6 months. But the 6 months prior, that had been a pretty shitty stock. What's up, Tim? How you doing, baby? Let's see. That is a phrase. Let's see. Man, this internet is not doing well, is it? Oh, irritates me. All right. Yeah, you can see now this portfolio has done a little bit better. It is just all fucking green. The way I separate the portfolios, the way I tend to do mine, because I could put different amount of money in there. You know, my wife had an IRA, I had an IRA. And then once I was full-time as an entrepreneur making a little bit of money, I set up. Man. Make a little bit of money. I set up so when all right, just looking down here. Let's see. Man. Yeah, look back over here. Last year, last 2 years, we were down, you know, Chris Crean came down pretty good. So let's see. All right, ENVX. McDonald's, Coca-Cola. All right, interesting. Yeah, I saw that, Sherlance. He's letting us know that the NVIDIA guy. Hold on, man. Let me close this trade out. Told myself I wasn't going to trade on here. Can't seem to help it. And this internet being slow like this sucks, dude. By the way. All right, let's get out of here. All right, we got the TLT. This is the 20-year Treasury bond. If you look at this, I mean, it's tried to make its run, but I mean, you can see it rolling over now. You know, I mean, we're doing a downward channel right here. We did one here, but this here, you see, it kept going. You know, you got another leg in it. So that was one leg down. What's this thing talking about? Hold on, guys. Man, these guys are always tripping. Anyway, so you see how we had these legs, right? See these legs? This one here is fairly long. And so we can look at this and see it, that has something to do with something, you know? And so if you can see this pattern and it, you might say, well, yeah, no shit, that's the stage 4 decline. And yeah, you know, if when you're building it out like that, it might. Wow, they just won't let me do anything here. Let's see. My concern here is on this leg. It looks to me like it's going to continue on. So I just made a bunch of mess there, but I'm just trying to, you know, when you look at a chart, just look and see if you see obvious, oh, it does this a lot. You know, they all have their own little life, so to speak, their own little way of looking at the world. Yeah, ENVX. Let's look at that. That's TLT. Man, I might add some there, assuming that's the bottom. Boom, got the breakout going. So I didn't have a chance to hit on this one. I just realized it's 3 o'clock. Damn. Time got away from me here. We'll get it in the after hours. Same thing. A lot of crazies out. Now you see this part here? All right. I just realized this screen is not right. Wow. Apologize for all this.
Americans want to not vehicles that Joe Biden and Buttigieg want them to build. But also, this is important for American jobs. The more cars we sell, the more jobs we have in this country. And so this is jobs. And I appreciate what the Senate did with the big, beautiful bill and what we've done here today. So
Thank you very much. Big benefits. How about Ford?
Mr. President, and Secretary, all the important lawmakers here, competitors, today is a victory of common sense and affordability. We're very proud of Ford to be the #1 auto producer in our country. 80% of the vehicles we sell here, we make in our country.
Right.
And we never left, unlike many of our competitors. We're the #1 exporter, and we have the most auto factory workers. And this CAFE standard that is aligned with customer demand is the right move for a lot of reasons. We were #2 last year in EV sales. We were #3 in hybrid, and we're the leading brand for combustion. We believe that people should be able to make a choice, as you said, Mr. President, and we will invest more in affordable vehicles. This allows us to invest in affordable vehicles made in the U.S., which we will take the lead on, and will allow us to make vehicles more affordable. So thank you for making this step for all of you.
Thank you very much. One of the other things we're doing, it's separate from this meeting, but I think everybody here would agree with it. If you go to Japan, where I just left, and if you go to South Korea, small car, sort of like the Beetle used to be with the Volkswagen. They're very small. They're really cute. And I said, how would that do in this country? And everyone seems to think good, but you're not allowed to build them. And I've authorized the secretary to immediately approve the production.
I don't know about you guys, but I wouldn't mind having a cute car. Man, who in the fuck wants a cute car? The president just said cute car. So let's look at Ford. Since he's talking about Ford on the news, we got a chart here. Ford's at $13.10. I believe Morningstar has a $20 rating on it. Pretty sure it's 20. I've been in the stock for a long time. Basically, we just got in a channel, man. This thing's just creeping along. Now, one of the things, I think you guys know this, it's just this up channel. We're just creeping along, man. Bounces off, bounces off, bounces off. You could say now we got this sideways action going though. And then we could get a, possible another breakout. Let's see. Yeah, a bit Ford. I'm not excited about Ford right here. Other car companies. What do we got? Get crazy and go look at Rivian. Rivian's doing probably better. Nice move up, $17 range. RSI 67. I'm probably not going to mess with that. Let's look at Tesla. So we're in Tesla. Most of us trade TSLL. Nice breakout today. Boom. So we got a breakout ENVX. We got a breakout in Tesla. Now I think we already had it on the breakout list. Boom. That's a picture perfect breakout too. Man, that's nice. Let's see. Come on. Yeah, I guess we can't do it. So picture perfect breakout by Tesla here. Our entry point, if you're using the money flow, here's your anchor points. This one held what that one put it. Unless you freaked out. And then the next day, as it often does, boom, it got above the 5. There's our entry right there. Right below, it's right around 408 or so. $408 into 405. Let's see. Man, come on. All right. This is the Peters report. I'm on page 38. Keep saying 36. You see it's dated 12/1. Now, this stuff here comes out every Sunday night. Sometimes it's like Monday before I've been getting it out. Down one writer, so I can only put out so much, read so much. AGP, been in Ford ever since I started following you. How nice. I know you collected some dividends on that. I'm showing that the phone, it's set on phone standard setting, and it was not supposed to be. That's not cool. Man. You ever have one of those days where everything can go wrong, seems to go wrong in order? If we're looking at the Peters report comes out of money, I sent a text message to everybody in the Money Flow Trading Society. Sent you a message letting you know it was out. Meant to send it yesterday. Lee, if you look at the top of our board, when we've traded in, we've used the double, I think most time when we've traded, but Lilly, $1 trillion company now. We got another one. We got Well Tower, MPLX, Amgen. Amgen is the dog of the Dow. We got Apple, we got Merck, dog of the Dow, Coca-Cola, dog of the Dow, Johnson & Johnson, dog of the Dow. And how would I know? Well, if you look down the bottom of the board, I track the dogs of the Dow stocks every day. Every week, I rewrite them. I go run current doggishness. If you go to the website, the Dogs of the Dow website, click current doggishness. Current. It runs the strategy as if you're starting today. And that can give you heads up on some stocks. If you don't know what I mean, go read up on that strategy. Johnson & Johnson's just gone crazy, man. I mean, it just keeps going up, dude. We'll get back to that breakout on Tesla. But if you look at Johnson & Johnson, this is a dog of the Dow stock. It's 205, man. This thing just keeps pushing. Amazing run. That looks like stage 3 to me. All right, let's say it is. How would you know? Exact opposite of a stage 1. Instead of having an anchor point, we want to take the highest high, which would be the apex, like the apex of a mountain. And we're going to a box or price movement just like we did down here. Here we did it here, did it here. You see it? We did it here. Man, hope you see this. You see those motions, those sideways? That's money. As soon as you see that, now we narrowed it down. You can only do one of 3 things, go up, go down, or go sideways. Well, we're doing one of them. So now we just need to take the other 5 indicators we look at and try to come to some sort of consensus based on confluence of these indicators of which direction this thing is going. And then trade that way if we're trading. And if we're buying and holding, I'd rather just buy the little dips and not buy the tops if I could, all things considered. But yeah, over time, you're going up, Let's see. Wow, man, they really got me on that, huh? I'm a little mad about that. Let's see. I've got to. I'm going to sell one here. One of my silver contracts to free up some money, man. There we go. A little bit better. Okay, so that's Johnson & Johnson. Let's see. Where did we have ENVX on here? ENVX stage 1. So this is your alert roster right here. Stage 1 is your alert roster. If you're a coach, man, that's the dude you can put in if you're playing this game. Right in here. Home Depot, Amazon, Chevron, Boeing. We've got Salesforce, CRM, Procter & Gamble, Freeport McMoran, Cornerstone, International Paper, Altria, Pennant Group, PNNT, Airbnb. We got AI. Man, these are the hitters. Look at it. Boom. There you go. One breaking out. ENVX. What's next? See where AI is. Okay. Boom. Breakout. Breakout. It's a stage 1 Sunday, right? It's breakout. Now it's breaking out. We expect it to run. So look at the pattern. Come on, man. Could this one be any easier? Boom, boom, boom. And that, my friends, looks a lot like the money flow pattern, price movement. As price moves through the 4 stages, that's the 4 stages. Look at that.
Month or so in crypto, is that movement by companies to add crypto to their balance sheets to diversify their cash, is that on hold? I mean, or do you think it will pick back up again soon into year end?
Yeah, I think at this point, it doesn't add to the credibility for Tesla. I wouldn't call it a DApp. That's a digital asset treasury company. MSTR is a kind of a pure that. Originally, companies were owning Bitcoin on balance sheet for treasury management, for FX management, fears over US dollar devaluation, for instance. And that's potentially quite a credible reason to do it. But it's now being tarred with the same brush as MSTR and maybe looks for Tesla a little bit irresponsible. I think ultimately what they've done is actually quite credible, but there's, I think, some quite some negative news flow at the moment around DApps generally. And so I don't think it's helping Tesla. And combined, Tesla has other challenges. You know, it's no longer a pure sort of electric vehicle leader anymore. It's losing market share to European counterparts, and it's being undercut on price and range and tech, etc. So, and its compressions and margin its margins are compressing. So, it has many challenges ahead. So, I kind of agree with Michael Barry at this point that it is overvalued.
All right. Well, this guy's fucking depressing. All right. Let's look at this Tesla chart. I agree with him. I think it's undervalued. Let's see. I agree with Michael Burry. Boom, bitch. We got a breakout. Look. He's worried about it being. Let's see. This dude's worried about. This guy. I hope everybody's still there. Wow.
The Fed is set to cut rates in December, and maybe more importantly, quantitative tightening is ending. Now, QT began on April 22nd. That's when the Fed began to shrink its balance sheet and is set to end on December 1, which is today. The last time there was QT ending was from January 2018 to September 2019. And if we look back at that period of time, when the Fed ended QT on September 4th, 2019, the S&P embarked on a rally of 17% over 16 trading days. So I think with, again, the same kind of couple-day lag, I think the same effect's going to happen, which is positive. And that's dovish for stocks. Now, on Sunday evening, Eastern Time, the Bank of Japan's odds of a hike actually jumped to 61%. That put some pressure on crypto and futures markets overnight before the Monday session. But keep in mind, the Fed is moving in the opposite direction. The odds of a Fed cut in December are now 89%. And we also have to keep in mind the Fed is soon set to announce a new Fed chair. Now, markets believe it's Kevin Hassett. In effect, if you look at Polymarket, the odds of Hassett being Fed chair is now stands at 73%, which has risen a lot in the last month. And the next most likely is no announcement at 17%. So between the two, that's 90% of the outcomes, which is dovish for markets.
All right, now, did you already said there about being dovish for markets? Let's see. Please let me know if you can still hear me. I just got a weird feeling you can't.